wasting time, Honorable Chair. We are being made to believe that our soldiers are in the DRC for peacekeeping mission. But what is amazing, it's not for the first time. Our soldiers are engaging with the enemy in these countries. Same thing happened to Ka, whereby our soldiers died because of engaging with the enemy. Our soldiers are being turned to a defense force of other countries instead of peacekeeping mission that we are being told about here. It doesn't matter whether it's a SADC United Nations mission. It doesn't matter. But what matters here, it's a life of these fathers, mothers, wives, and husbands of the people who are dying. What I want to know, Minister, exactly tell the nation, what is it that our soldiers are protecting there? What is it that our soldiers are protecting? Because now you tell us about the peacekeeping mission and you find soldiers engaging with the enemy. Really, it doesn't give any sense. It doesn't give any sense. When we are peacekeeping, what are real things that you are supposed to do in keeping peace? Are you waiting for war to start and try to engage the enemy as the soldiers? Here we're talking about soldiers of this country who are dying, protecting things. Tell us, tell the nation, tell the world, what is it that is protected from that DRC? At the expense of the poor masses of this country, whereby are being sacrificed to criminals. No one is protecting South Africans. And you always claim that you don't have the budget. You cry about the budget cutting, but you do have money. You do have resources to...
Chairperson, maybe let me start with a controversial question and then work my way up. And the Minister and General and Major General will decide what to answer. There are allegations that family members of President Ramaphosa have significant interests in mining in the Eastern DRC. Can this be confirmed? And how is this impacting government's decision to deploy troops to the DRC? Question, the M23 rebels are also claiming that they have captured SA troops and are confining them to their bases. Can this be confirmed? What is government's stance on this, and how will we rectify or turn this situation around? Then, Chairperson, maybe going to this, have troops been visited by senior officials? I know the Minister said she was there, but have they been visited from officials of SA to assess and confirm the situation on the ground? And if so, what has their recommendations been and what has been done? Reports also say that 14 soldiers were killed, but how many have been wounded? How serious are their wounds? Are they field hospitals? Are they receiving medical attention? What is the logistical support situation to these bases? And you don't have to go into details, but is there sufficient food supply, medical supply? Is there levels of medical support? Is there doctors? There's also been reports that say that there's not sufficient ammunition, that our bases have been attacked by drones and that we are not equipped to protect them. Is this the case, and how will we ensure that? Also, how open is our logistical channels from the from South Africa to the DRC, and have we been able to actually restock these supplies to our troops in the DRC, Chairperson? Then, Chairperson, I know that Major General said that there is a truce, but what is the current situation on the ground? Are we continuing with our peacekeeping missions, as my colleague next to me said, or are we confined to our bases? What is happening? And then, have our assets been secured at, for example, Goma Air Force Base, our aircrafts and those things? Because I can just think, should they be in the hands of M23 rebels? That is worrisome. And Chairperson, I will conclude with this question. The Major General said that we are there for air and maritime assistance. But reports have been that the SANDF contingent deployed in the DRC has lacking effective air superiority, and that there is not a link. Can this be confirmed, and why would we then send air support if we cannot sufficiently provide that? Thank you, Chair.
Now, it would appear that President Paul Kagame is hell-bent to expose South Africa as being involved in the heart of this war. He said yesterday on CNN, he said the people who are benefiting from minerals in Congo more than anybody else are South Africa and these Europeans who are making noise about it. That's the first point. We want to know, why then is it that South Africa finds itself for so long in that area, while the Congo is a member of the East Africa community, surrounded by powerful armies, like your Kenya, your Ugandans, and all those type of armies, even Rwanda, that's got powerful. What are we doing there? What are we protecting? Are we using our boys, our soldiers, to protect the business interests of powerful, prominent South Africans? Are we using people, are we hell-bent to send them to their death to protect the mineral wealth that prominent figures protect in that area for their own benefit? Why we are sending troops for peacekeeping and it results into war and our boys are dying. Secondly, the distortion, Chairperson, of the hoisting or the raising of the white flag that we've all seen on social media and in media reports. We all know, we are not fools. We know if you hoist a white flag, you do surrender. Yes, you do surrender. It's in a war. You cannot raise a white flag just to say, oh, we are here. Or come fetch your weapons here, as has been said. It is a token of surrender. It brings us to the point that we ask, are our soldiers effectively and efficiently armed for the type of combat that they are involved? Then the answer is no. If the answer is yes, 14 of our guys would not have died. The answer is yes, they are not adequately armed, trained, and equipped. And this is why they have died at the hands of those guys, of those gangsters, and those that are hell-bent to get us out there. Last question, Chairperson. Is the fact that I want to know, why is it that South Africa must always play a big brother in the entire Africa? Yes, we are a powerful nation, we have a powerful economy, and we have powerful interests all over here. But why is it that we must always play big brother if there are capable and competent armies all over? We, Chairperson, in closing, speak on behalf of the nation, and we say we are disappointed, disgusted in what has happened there. We express our condolences, our sympathies towards the families of the bereaved. We trust that God, through His Holy Spirit, will comfort the bereaved and their children. But we demand here this afternoon that we say an in-depth investigation must happen, and we must get to the bottom of this. And if people are not capable to lead military missions or even political missions, then heads must roll. It is inevitable that the political office overseeing this, they cannot account. We've seen here now this afternoon, the reports coming out. They cannot account. We will demand that heads must roll. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Speak now, we are told the M23 rebels have taken control of Goma, airport and other areas. Now, what is the role of the South African soldiers in this case? Are they there, to try again and remove them from where they are now, these M23 rebels? Then, Chair, just want to know that how many soldiers are there on behalf of UNESCO and SADC mission. Chair, I'm just checking if maybe there is someone who can tell us whether in that peacekeeping mission, Rwanda was approached in the beginning, or was not, approached at all. And what was the reason for not, being part of the peacekeeping? Because they are very, very close, to the DRC. And Chair, the mandate of the AU, is it compulsory that South African soldiers must be part of that peacekeeping? If it is the mandate, or it is compulsory by the AU, why other neighboring countries are not part of that peacekeeping mission there? Maybe I can get a clear picture. Chair, I think that is going to be the last question. Though it has been it has been asked already, but I would like to emphasize, if there is any business interest, not personal to someone, but any business that is being conducted there by South Africans in the DRC. Thank you.
Force, also the current chief's predecessor, and the various ministers, that the SANDF is not in a position to carry out an offensive mandate in any country in Africa, that the SANDF is collapsing. Now, it's taken a year for the chief of the South African National Defense Force, General Mponya, to come to our committee. We've asked many times, he never dignified us with his presence. It had to take 14 of our SANDF soldiers to die for him to come here. We told the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans, the SANDF is collapsing. We cannot carry out an offensive mission in the DRC. Here are my 3 questions. Why are you Minister? And why is the President lying to us about the nature of the operation that we have in the DRC? It is not a peacekeeping mission. It is an offensive mission, and it is defined as such by the SADC. Therefore, you knew that our soldiers were going to be shot at, and you knew that you're sending our young men into the DRC to die in the killing fields of the DRC. You did not have the ammunition, you did not have the supplies, you do not have the money to have sent them, but you sent them to die for the mineral wealth that is being looked after, the mines that are being looked after, that belongs to Cyril Ramaphosa, his family, and his friends. On all sides, we have a defense of the mineral wealth rather than for the people of the DRC. That is my first question. My second question, Minister, and the Chief of the South African National Defense Force. When are you going to bring our soldiers back? Are you bringing them back now? And explain to us how you are going to bring them back. And my third question, why do you disrespect us? And why do you disrespect the South African nation with this pitiful little report that contains hardly any information, that doesn't address the issues that needed to be addressed here this afternoon? Stop disrespecting us. And lastly, when are you Minister? No, I'm just pointing to the Minister. Okay, let me leave my hands down. When are you Minister? You get threatened easily, Minister. When are you Minister? And when are you Chief of the South African National Defense Force resigning? You should resign today. And when are the rest of your generals who were playing golf at Copperleaf while our soldiers were dying.
Honorable,
When are they going to resign? Those are my questions. I expect answers.
there's a
Thank you.
point of order. There's a point of order. Point of order, yes.
What is the point?
Chair,
One earns
we
respect,
cannot
one doesn't
allow a
demand
member
respect, Minister. Your
Honorable,
behavior
pointing
doesn't
Honorable-
someone.
earn respect.
No.
Excuse me.
Chair, don't allow this.
honorable members,
Because we're
We-
able to point others also.
we started the meeting by agreeing that the issue we are here to discuss